Some things are easy to talk about. Which actor is James Bond to you?
Oh, Sean Connery all the way, that accent.
Pierce Brosnan, The Irishman.
It has to be Roger Moore.
Who is your greatest Wimbledon champion?
John McEnroe, definitely.
Oh, it's got to be Serena.
Andre Agassi.
What was the first single you bought?
Oh, Sade, Your Love is King, on vinyl, showing my age.
Mr. Wazzo, Flat Beat from the Levi's adverts.
A huge Madonna fan, so True Blue.
What are your financial goals? Some things aren't. Sometimes talking to others can help make things a little easier.
I'm 28, so my big goal at the minute is trying to get on the property ladder. I think a lot of people in my age are kind of in the same position. I've been renting for about, I think it's about 4 or 5 years. So I'm really ready with my girlfriend just to really get this place and stop looking at properties on these websites and actually get one of them, hopefully. It is quite tough, and I think we do actually have it quite difficult as a generation. So I'm using a stocks and shares ISA to try and get there, not just stockpiling cash, but trying to get a little bit more return, a little bit more than cash ISA that would give me, hopefully a lot more. But just, I don't want to drain the whole thing as well. I just want enough for the deposit, but I want to keep it ticking over in the background just to reach any medium-term goals after that I have.
Well, Dan, I didn't really have the sort of difficulties that you have in terms of property. I was kind of lucky, so I had a small flat when I was in my early 20s, not really realising what a kind of gold mine that was really in a way. And then when it came to sell that and buy my first grown-up house, if you like, it made really good profit in terms of being able to get me on the real property ladder. But really my next challenge, I guess, was when it came to having my children. What I hadn't thought about is, you have this dream of having your children, being able to be at home a little bit more, maybe take an extra extended maternity leave, not even considering the impact that would have on my contributions. So really what I'm doing now is looking at the motherhood years and trying to make up for that time.
What about you, Janet?
I think I was even luckier because I got a right to buy flat when I was young. I bought my flat when I was like 23, and then moved on to a larger property a few years later with a profit. And so now my goal is to sort of build my retirement, because I aim to retire at 60. I mean, I do have a final salary pension, a 20-year final salary pension, but now my main focus is on my workplace pension that I have now, extra contributions, matching contributions from the company, which is basically free money, and aiming for that goal when I get to 60 to retire.
Well, altogether very depressing that you've both sorted everything out apart from me. But Jo, how are you making up for those motherhood years?
Well, my pension, I'm putting more in, using that free money to kind of boost that lost time, if you like. So that's really where my focus has been over the last couple of years, especially as I've been back full-time working. But in addition to that, having teenage daughter now, she's already thinking about her first car. So you mentioned ISAs. I've just embarked on my first one. Sort of guarantee putting a certain amount away each month, so I'm not using my savings account and dipping into it all the time. But yeah, I'm a little bit more down hip with the children now, because you said about having an ISA.
No, I mean, for me, the ISA was the go-to. It was just the first thing I thought of. I think the opposite to you really is that I really need to start contributing more to the pension side of things. A lot of the time you're not able to, just because you have these short-term goals, but as you just said, free money.
It's free money.
It just makes no sense not to.
I'm going to take a leaf out of your book and open an ISA, because my savings is just the online savings that's going from current to savings, not really making any money as such, but if I can commit to, the stocks and shares ISA, then that's obviously a better way of saving than just, in and out and on an online account. So it's something that I'll definitely look into.
The thing for me was it was a go-to for me because interest rates are so low, and whenever I opened my ISA, we were at the lowest point of interest rates in like 300 years. So it didn't make any sense for me to do anything apart from open my ISA, especially the stocks and shares one, which was really helped.
So Janet, you sort of mentioned earlier about your having a savings. It's not ISA related. So I've kind of gone down the ISA route now, but I also need to think about still having some of that money in my savings account, because what I don't want to do is, if something happens, go down the credit card route, because it's so easy, isn't it?
That's
just to
right.
use your credit card with all the deals that they have, the temptations there. So I'm trying to kind of balance that ISA, think about my pension, but also those sort of, you know, go-to easy access if I need to avoid the credit card.
Mine's a emergency credit card, basically. That's what I use it for. If I've got an emergency, I need to pay for something, then I'll use it. But I'm trying to avoid the debt situation at my age and, you know, what I'm aiming for. I don't really want to be in debt, so I just have it as a backup plan, but not to use on a regular basis.
I think what we were talking about there in terms of the goals between kind of your first home and your retirement, it's something that I hadn't really anticipated, because you're just so set on these two things. Because all I'm told is that I should be saving into both your ISA for your house and then your pension for your retirement. But there is this world in between. Well, I would quite like there to be a world in between. So I think having that little cash buffer, just in case you've got these unexpected expenses to come up, but also just the medium-term savings. And that's why I don't want to drain my ISA for the house deposit, just so I have something that's constantly building up. Okay, so I mean, the biggest thing for me really coming out of this is just to really stay on top of debt. Just don't get into it is the easiest way to avoid it, or to deal with it. And just to keep plugging away at that ISA and pension. Pension in particular, probably for me. I think what you were saying about the free money.
Definitely.
I think those two words really stuck in my head.
I'm promoting pensions with all the young people in my family. Pay your contributions, don't opt out.
What about you, Joe?
You kind of really inspired me, Janet, actually to think about retirement in a much more exciting way. So I'm really going to give it some more thought about what I really want to achieve and have a focus and have something really exciting to work towards.
There we go. Excellent.
Oh, it's been so lovely to sort of, you know, we never really get the time to sort of catch up, and so it's been lovely to sort of talk about.
And the thing is, we've just been talking about money the whole time, which, you know, as British people, we never talk about it. And it's amazing how comfortable it actually is.
Exactly, yeah.